it's Froggy, and I'm back again with another episode of C14 Dating. So we're just about to start Deandre's good ending, I think. One of the endings anyways. So everybody's starting to say goodbye to each other. And I'm gonna go ahead and start. Out of the corner of my eye, Deandre approached Hendrik and Augustine.
Thanks for giving me that second chance. You really got me out of a tight spot. No need to thank me. Hendrik was very adamant about helping you pass. I'm glad it all worked out. How did you even get into that predicament? Miscount your additional elective credits? There was some awkward transfer of credits between New Zealand's program and Liège's, so I needed a class over the summer to fix that. It was either here or poetry.
Deandre shook Hendrik's hand, then pulled him in for a quick hug. After a pat on the back, they stepped away, both grinning.
Best of luck in Perona RC. If you need tickets, I could easily...
While they chatted, I waved goodbye to a few other students. Once they were gone, I twirled around and hugged Sherry tightly, not caring that the others witnessed this. Sherry, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks for this experience. I'm so happy you accepted me for this field school. I'm not exaggerating when I say that it was one of the best times of my life. Thank you for sharing this with me. I met so many wonderful people. I learned so much. I want to keep doing this. She patted me on the shoulder sympathetically, allowing me to calm down first. I'm glad. You know you'll always be welcomed back. I struggled to speak, but the offer caused my chest to tighten, and I could only sob louder. It felt like a second home to me already in these 2 months. The routine, the earthy smell I swear I could never escape from, the digging in the cave, the sour fumes from the lab, the stupid drunken antics, the language barrier, the mundane camp food, the creaking museum roof. Hendrik's spiels, Rosemary's enthusiasm, even Augustine's lectures. I didn't want it to end. Thank you. I can't even express how much I'll miss this place. Deandre's eyes met mine, and we quickly glanced away while I focused on the excavation team. Thank you for teaching me. I learned more here than I ever have in any classroom.
Nothing like experiencing the real thing, huh? It always makes me happy when students develop an appreciation for stone tools. Don't be a stranger now. I am pleased to know that you have found it to be a meaningful opportunity. Any of Sherry's students are allowed to return. Great dig, Petit Fleur.
Thank you, everyone. We continued to chat about future plans until Augustine checked his watch and announced that it was time to go. Everything was locked up save for the front door. Hendrik even gave a spare key along with instructions of where to store it before I departed. Please keep me updated on your flight. If it's canceled for any reason, I can pick you up. How are you getting there? I'm taking the train to Brussels first thing in the morning.
Actually,
I felt a hand on my shoulder.
I can drive you to the airport if you'd like. That way, someone can confirm that you got there in one piece. I'll be good. Scout's honor. Promise.
I can tell you mean well. Please get her to the airport safely.
Will do. I'll be back later this evening. Thanks for all the help, Sherry, even if it took me a while to grasp everything.
I'm honored that I was able to help provide some insight. Even Melissa fell asleep through my lectures at first. My cheeks flushed, and I couldn't believe that she still remembered that. Yeah, not the best impression. Anyway, take care, Sherry. I'll keep in touch. Once everyone had left, I retreated inside. Deandre would return in a bit, and I still needed to email my parents about my itinerary.
Santé.
Santé. We clicked our drinks together and then took a sip to commemorate the end of our field school. A tart yet sweet raspberry flavor filled my mouth. Wow, you picked a good one. And I thought the cherry-flavored one was the best. This one is more suitable. The evening air was refreshing as we sat on the bench. We got a nice view from the balcony of the museum. I set the bottle down while Deandre fiddled with the beer label of his.
What happens once you return? Will you know your grades by then?
My grade will be posted before the semester starts.
How do you think you did?
I think I did well. Maybe I'm patting myself on the back too soon, but I have a good feeling about this. I was worried at first. What if I flew all the way out here only to find out I didn't like archaeology? I'm glad that it wasn't the case. Now I've gotten a good idea of what to expect in the field. It was worth it.
I'm happy for you, Mel. I'm just relieved I passed this time. In the end, you did something outside of your comfort zone.
I did wonder if I made the right choice, but then you made me feel welcome. Thanks.
I know what it's like to be in a new country. It can be overwhelming, especially when there's a language barrier.
Is that why you reached out?
Mostly that, and if I ever went to America, I'd have someone's couch to crash on. And I thought you were really cute, once I learned you weren't a high schooler.
I'm only a few years younger than you. I kicked his ankle and he raised his arms in protest, feigning pain.
Hey, sorry for being honest. Besides, you're more than just cute. I like being with you.
Same here, Deandre. A shame that we live so far away.
Look, Melissa, I'm not really good at this long distance thing, but the more I thought about leaving it as it is, the less it settled with me. We've only known each other for 2 months, but I want to give this relationship a chance. What do you say?
Elated, I threw my arms around him. Chuckling, he held me close as I nuzzled my face against his shoulder. I agree. There'd be too many what-if scenarios in my head if I returned home without saying anything. I want to give this a shot and see where it leads. I moved my head until I could directly look into his eyes. Our faces were so close that I felt the warmth of his breath. You're worth it, and no matter what happens, I won't regret a thing.
That's one of the things that I like about you. You're bold. I guess that's how you ended up in Belgium in the first place.
And you in New Zealand. What else do you like about me? I asked teasingly, and Deandre cupped my cheek affectionately.
How easy it is to get along with you, how spontaneous you are, how your liveliness inspires me. Seeing you work hard, it makes me want to push myself. You're cheerful, optimistic.
Are you describing me or yourself? Deandre chuckled and pinched my cheek.
I was going to add small and cute, but I guess that suits me too. You're amazing, Mel.
His face gravitated toward mine, his lips parted in anticipation. I tilted my head to encourage him, expecting the kiss to be gentle.
Aww. This is really cute.
Firmness took me by surprise, and his hand cradled the side of my head. There was resolve behind his kiss, mixed with the passion and longing. For a moment, I didn't move or breathe as I registered the sensation. I wanted to savor it, relish the softness of his lips, yet at the same time I wanted it to deepen. His hand dropped to my waist, and I felt his fingers brush under the hem of my shirt. Every touch was electrifying.
Oh wow, they're really getting into it.
Our kiss escalated into an affair of heated movements as he sought entrance to my mouth. He probed with light, quick tastes before growing bolder, sending shivers down my spine. Reluctantly, we managed to separate the kiss, both of us gasping for breath. Our faces flushed. I felt numb to the outside air, and I could only gawk at Deandre in surprise. He seemed taken aback as well, in an impressed way.
I didn't expect the kiss to... Wow.
Talk about chemistry. Our giggles turned into full-blown laughter. When we stopped, I affectionately nudged my forehead against his. The warmth of his body, and the woody scent of his cologne, I wanted to commit it to memory. Deandre leaned in to kiss me once more. A loud glassy clank interrupted us, and we automatically turned toward the source. His foot had knocked over an empty bottle, which rolled harmlessly in an arc. Maybe we shouldn't make out in high places, considering our track record.
Agreed.
Shall we continue indoors? He effortlessly picked me up, and I clung to him from surprise. Whatever you do, don't drop me.
What? I'm not that clumsy. You can trust... Whoops.
I squealed as my stomach lurched from the sudden drop. However, he still held me close, and I realized that he was joking. You jerk. I hope you hit your head on the door frame.
Ouch. Harsh. Are these your true colors, Mel?
Maybe, but it's too late to back out now. I sealed our silly banter with a kiss as he opened the door. I wanted our last night together to be memorable.
We're here.
He announced our arrival and I hastily unlocked the door, practically spilling out like I had survived a 3-loop roller coaster and a 60-foot vertical tower ride combined. Thank heavens! He had parked at the 5-minute drop-off stalls in front of the main entrance to my designated gate. I straightened my carry-on strap while Deandre opened the trunk and transported my luggage to the curb. After he set it down with a soft thud, I approached him, hoping to maintain a cheerful air. Deandre, thanks for everything.
No problem. Wanted to make sure that you got to the airport in one piece.
With that kind of driving, I was lucky to.
Be sure to text me when you get home.
I will. You take care, and good luck with your rugby now that you're done with school. When's the grad ceremony?
Not until January. I could have finished this June if I didn't miscount my credits. Of course, if that mishap didn't happen, I wouldn't have met you.
We exchanged a brief but passionate kiss, followed by a hug. I embraced him tightly as I balanced on my tiptoes. Our tender moment was abruptly ruined by an obnoxious car honk behind us. I should probably leave before we get a line going.
Wait, Melissa.
He reached out and grasped my hand, causing me to pause. There was a tremor in his voice, and he gazed at me pleadingly.
This isn't fair. Right after we start our relationship, you have to leave? Do you really have to return home?
Well,
I know we promised we'd be together, but I want to spend more time with you, as your boyfriend. It'll give me something to look forward to when I already know what it's like. You can meet my family. I'll show you around Perona and its stadium. We can explore Belgium.
but the flight...
I'll pay.
Huh?
I sort of been saving up. It's not much, but I'll cover the next flight. I owe that to you and your folks. I'm not asking you to remain here for long, just a week. Not even.
But your dream of seeing New Zealand again...
means nothing if you're not with me.
He squeezed my hand after a moment's hesitation. I mustered up a smile. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get out of here. My response stunned Deandre, but he quickly recovered and jabbed a thumb toward his car.
Climb in. I got your luggage.
The car shook briefly from the door's slam. I anxiously glanced out the window, then squeezed my knees. My heart pounded so hard, I worried I'd get sick.
You okay?
Just go before I change my mind.
You don't need to tell me twice.
I can't believe I'm doing this. The car sharply swerved into the traffic, followed by unhappy honks at his reckless driving. I inwardly apologized to Sherry and my parents, but at the same time, the choice thrilled me and I couldn't stop smiling. I'd probably get in a lot of trouble, but I knew it would be worth it.
Oh my. Well, this certainly is something.
4 months later. And voila! This is my bedroom. My parents were away visiting friends, but would return before Christmas Eve. For now, we were determined to have a few days of peace and quiet. I even stocked the fridge full of the things that I planned to cook for Deandre. I wanted to make up for everything that he did for me when I stayed the extra week in Belgium. I upgraded from scrambled eggs to omelets. He'll be so surprised, I can't wait.
Wow, this is nice. I love the color scheme that you got going. Your trophy display is similar to mine, sans the dancers.
You look tired. Make yourself at home. Relieved, he plopped down on the bed and sprawled out like a starfish. It was a long flight, and our nerves were shot from the sheer anticipation of seeing each other again.
So soft. I feel like I'm going to sink if I sleep here.
You're over-exaggerating.
Seriously, I think I'm being absorbed into its membrane.
I approached closer. Now you're just being silly. Whoa! With a mischievous grin, he playfully tugged on my arm and pulled me over until I rested on his torso.
Gotcha.
He tousled my hair affectionately. You tease. You better be on your best behavior when my parents return.
Your parents don't mind I'm visiting? They're not mad at me anymore, right?
No, they understand how serious we are about this relationship. I can't believe your family pitched in for my flight back, though.
And why not? They adored you, Mel. Corentin, Phoebe, Clara, Mom, Dad, you got along with everyone. I think they doted on you more than they did on me.
I think they doted on me more than you dote on me.
What? No one spoils my girlfriend more than I do. Who made you those triple chocolate cupcakes?
You did. You made the cupcakes.
I hope it wasn't too overwhelming, being an only child and all.
No, if anything, I wish my own household was more like that. But now I understand when you complain about lack of privacy. We exchanged a knowing look.
At least when you visit Belgium again, you'll be able to stay in my apartment.
Right. How was the move?
Relatively painless. Only a stack of unopened boxes left. Glad to be closer to Barone RC now. Hendrik attended one of my games recently.
Did he? What's he been up to recently?
He's been busy with the German archaeology sites. I think Kyler is currently working at one of those. Shoji and I keep in touch sometimes. I hear he's drawing for a game right now. Some indie company, I'm not sure, but he seems happy with it.
He closed his eyes as if he tried to recall another tidbit of information. Instead, he let out a sigh, and I could feel his chest rising and falling deeply.
That flight wiped me out. That and the energy drink crash.
Smiling, I planted a small kiss on his cheek while he placed a protective hand over the small of my back. You can fall asleep. I'm ready to pass out myself. I stayed up all night long tracking your flight.
Then?
He rolled over until we were both on our sides. With him hugging me close, after a moment of silence, I piped up. You'll still be here when I wake up, right?
Of course, Mel. I'm not going anywhere.
He kissed my forehead to reassure me, and I snuggled closer. Content, I closed my eyes. His warmth, his cologne, everything was soothing. It seemed like forever until my heart stopped beating frantically and finally accepted that Deandre was here in person. I vowed to cherish the next 2 weeks and more.
Aw, I really liked that ending. It was cute that she stayed and everything. I really think that Deandre is the one true route, I guess. The OTP of this game with Melissa. They seem like they're perfect for each other more than everybody else does. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, so that's the end of his good ending. True ending. So tomorrow, I think tomorrow, yeah? Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow you're going to be seeing the friendship ending. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. If you guys want to see more videos from me, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.